Hello everyone, Andy Bates here and welcome to another Flight Simulator live stream. I'm so addicted to these, honestly. I need to get a new game, I need to play a bit more. So today, let's get this book again. The lucky book of everything. Okay, that made no sense. Today we are flying from Leeds, which is Echo Golf November Mike, to Cardiff, which is Echo Golf Foxtrot. If people get confused on why I say that, some people will understand it a lot better rather than me going EGNM and EGFF. It uses phonetic alphabet, which is what the pilots use. We've got an ILS approach, and we've got two ways of doing this. So we've got runway 30 or runway 12 at Cardiff. Basically, I'm thinking it's runway 30, which comes in from the sea, near the Bristol area, so we'll have a look. So let's jump into the game. Welcome aboard. If you're new to my live streams, I have added a new add-on, which is FS Cabin Crew. You'll understand it a little bit more when we get to it, but let me move you so you can see the joysticks again. Douche. Yeah, sweet. Okay, so as you can see, we're in the airplane at the moment. This is a 737, and it is a British Airways 737-800. I've managed to get one. I've managed to acquire a 737. Right then, so first of all, we need to get the checklist, which is up here. There we go. Got the checklist. Okay, so there's certain bits which are already on, and certain bits which I've turned off purposely to show you. So we need the pretty much the electronics on now, so that should turn on certain. That's it, and you can see that that primary flight display is now loading up, which is good. The engine throttle panel is all activated. Everything's all right so far. We got a couple of lights here which I need to sort in a moment. Right then. Okay, let's give this a go. So we will turn on APU and hopefully turn on that one. I don't think that will do anything. I think I'll just turn that on for no reason whatsoever. So ground power is off, but I don't think it's meant to. So we'll turn the generators off. Fuel pump is low, and then we will turn on the engines just as we get pushed back. So before taxi checklist, let's brief you guys. We're flying from Leeds into Cardiff and it's got I added real-time weather, so it's got a snapshot of what the weather looks like at the moment. So I'm expecting a bit of turbulence when we take off, so I'll be in control of the plane up until we're probably above the clouds. We're aiming at 11,000 feet today, which is cool. Right then, nav lights. Let's do all the lights. I like lights. Rotational beacon is on. Strobe lights are on. Logo lights on. Engine starter switch. Here we go. So once that goes up until I think it's 20, I'm hoping. I think this N2 goes up to 20. I will activate engine. That looks like engine 2 it wants to activate. No, it's engine 1. So let's activate that. Sounds like it's roaring a bit. I'm not sure. And we'll turn on that. I think that works. Oh yeah, I can hear it going. I can hear that. I can hear that rumbling now. Let's just turn the volume up. You guys probably won't be able to hear that. Sorry if you can't. But the engines are roaring up. I know I just said I won't turn the engines on until taxiing, but it's probably best to do it now as we are ready to call taxi clearance, which is right now actually. Request taxi clearance. In fact, let's listen to the ATIS and see if it actually is actual weather. By that, I'll have a chocolate. Okay, that seems to be alright. Let's get the IFR clearance. Oh, gotta be 6,000, not 10,000. Okay. So, what runway? Runway 14, wasn't it? So that's gotta be 140 on heading, I'm thinking. Which is that? Right then, request taxi IFR. Just gonna turn the sound up a little bit. Oh, no. Sound. Voice needs to be up a bit. Engines need to be a bit more up, like that. That sounds a bit better for you guys. Let me know in the chat. If you are watching, please let me know in the chat.
Taxi 2 and hold short runway 14 using taxiway Alpha runway 14 speedbird 758.
Okay then. Okay, that needs to be on, which is good. Good thing about this is that they localise it at both the same frequency. So we are at 110 decimal 70. So activate that. And we're killing the ID right now. Okay, let's start this.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board. Please stow your carry-on luggage under the seat in front of you or in an overhead bin and take your seats as quickly as possible. Thank you.
Taxi lights on. And I think we're clear to push back. Just check our area, sorry. Yeah, absolutely fine to push back. Here we go then. Parking brake release and off we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we request your full attention as the flight attendants demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft. When the seatbelt sign illuminates, you must fasten your seatbelt. Insert the metal fittings one into the other and tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap. To release your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the buckle. We suggest that you keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the flight as we may experience turbulence. There are several emergency exits on this aircraft. Please take a few moments now to locate your nearest exit. In some cases, your nearest exit may be behind you. If we need to evacuate the aircraft, floor-level lighting will guide you towards the exit.
That sounds
Doors
good.
can be opened by moving the handle in the direction of the arrow. Each door is equipped with an inflatable slide which may also be detached and used as a life raft. Oxygen and the air pressure are always being monitored. In the event of a decompression, an oxygen mask will automatically appear in front of you. To start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you. Place it firmly over your nose and mouth, secure the elastic band behind your head, and breathe normally. Although the bag will not inflate, oxygen is flowing. If you are traveling with a child or someone who requires assistance, secure your mask first and then assist the other person. Keep your mask on until a uniformed crew member advises you to remove it. A life vest is located under your seat. When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and remove the vest. Slip it over your head, pass the straps around your waist, and adjust it at the front. To inflate the vest, pull firmly on the red cord only when leaving the aircraft. You can also blow into the mouthpieces on either side of the vest. Electronic devices like calculators, CD players, laptop computers may be used when the seatbelt sign is off or when permitted by your crew. Mobile telephones, remote-controlled toys, or any electronic device operating with an antenna must be turned off at all times. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors located in the lavatories is prohibited by law. You will find this and all other safety information in the card located in the seat pocket in front of you. We strongly suggest you read it before takeoff. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask one of our crew members. We wish you all an enjoyable flight.
Okay, Daniel, so flight time. I will not be able to get the flight time until we are in the air, because Because at the moment, looking at the GPS, it's saying it's going to take 14 hours. But I don't think from Leeds to Cardiff it's going to take 14 hours at all. I'd say about just under half an hour maybe. Depending on the weather. I've never flew with actual weather. It's normally just been fair. So this is going to be quite different. That was the safety video. Well, the safety message. Obviously you're watching the live stream, so it's not really important, but I want to try and get the graphics aren't good, so I've got to make sure inside the cabin and stuff sounds better. But no, I don't know about the flight time just yet, mate. At the moment it looks like lightning, but it doesn't look like it. Something just flashes in the weather, in the sky. I think we'll be alright to just go over here without the tower saying anything, but I'm just gonna... Oh Jesus, gotta hold short. Oh no, yeah, what? The arrows are still pointing saying tax. Okay, no, we're carrying on. That's just me being silly. Okay, so the before takeoff checklist as we below the line. Throttle will be on idle, elevator trim set for flaps for 5 degrees, spoilers are retracted. I need to pick up a bit more speed because that's not going to go. Taxi lights will be off and runway takeoff lights will be on. And that's the before takeoff checklist below the line complete. The next checklist is the takeoff checklist, which is cool. Once again, if you're new to the stream, we are flying a 737 British Airways, also known on this game at the moment as Speedbird 758, to Cardiff. And we're using runway 14 at the taxi. Just following the lines at the current moment. As we just turn at quite some speed actually, we should be at 20. But I've just done that corner at 25 knots, which is mental. And I think this will be the... we got to request takeoff clearance and then we'll do the takeoff checklist. In fact, let's do that now, so we can line up.
758 at runway 14, ready for takeoff, IFR to Cardiff. Speedbird 758 cleared for takeoff, runway 14.
Clear takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 14.
Okay, the takeoff checklist is on the other page. Oh. Let's just do let's stop here a bit. If the noise just goes a bit, just give me 2 seconds, just moving the camera around. There you go. Hello, Jen Kinwee, or I think I pronounced your name right. Takeoff checklist. Smoothly increase the thrust to 40%, N1. And then let go of the brakes, take off thrust at full. And then V1 is 145, VR is 156. Pitch up at 10 degrees. And then V2 is 160. Touch the brakes after positive climb rate. And then the gear up. At 210 knots, we will retract the flaps. That is the takeoff checklist. Taxi lights off. Seatbelt sign is on. Taxi lights are off. And here we go. So if you've watched any of my streams before, you know I'm pretty bad at Flight Simulator on landing and taking off. But I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to get a decent flight, which I land successfully. So yeah. So here we go, runway 14, and again, like you said, until we're sort of above the clouds, I am not going to activate the autopilot for the altitude. So I'll activate it for the speed and the heading, but not the altitude. Right, here we go then. Before I do anything like this, I do want to just set the speed, and I know that the speed will be 250 until we head over 10,000 feet. So that will be the first thing pretty much to set. Parking brake is set. 250 on the speed. We'll activate the arm, so we're ready just to tick that. Flight directory switch is on. Heading will be on. Okay, let's go. So 40% for us first, and then we'll enter N1. There's 40%. And then full. And parking brake is released. Let's get rid of that. We'll get the flight time in a minute. Just trying to not swerve, so I'm using a bit of rudder at the moment. I forgot to set the flaps. Balls. I forgot that. We're flying with flaps. Screw it, let's just put that. Alright, we're at V1. Rotate. 169 at V2. We're up in the air. We're at 10. Positive climb, gear up. Oops.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your seatbelt fastened until the captain turns
again,
off the fasten seatbelt sign.
I've activated the
Thank
autopilot
you.
for now. As you can see, we're... oh my life, we're actually going... Jesus! Pull up! Pull up! Pull up! Oh, there we go. I need to... what's going on? What's going on? Why am I not pulling... oh, Jesus! Right then. That happened. Again. This departure. We should be really high it now, but... oops. Alright, that's the ILS for this runway, obviously. So let's turn that off.
Roger. Altimeter 3029er. Speedbird 758. Turn right, heading 205. Proceed on course. Climb and maintain 6000. Speedbird 758. Turn right, heading 235. Climb and maintain 6000.
That's my phone.
Turn right, heading 235. Climb and maintain
235.
6000. Speedbird.
Okay, so I've been a bit stupid, haven't I? I told you that I'd activate the altitude, and I wasn't meant to. I don't want to go into turbulence just as we take off. Flaps up. I'm sorry about that takeoff. That was poor. That was seriously poor. Where did I missed the 5 degrees, and I think I even said it. I even said flaps at 5 degrees, and I even said, yeah, that's checked. Yeah, Daniel, that was a really close save. I really wasn't expecting that. That was like really quick. I was going, what have I forgot? And it was obviously, it was just doing vertical speed for nothing. Jesus, that was just lucky. So heading into clouds, we might not actually hit turbulence, but we'll just keep an eye on the plane's flight display for now. So we turned right, heading 235. We climbed at 6,000 feet. Right, flight time 35 minutes, so it's just over. But at 10,000, I'll be going a little bit quicker, so it will be just under half an hour. Here we go through the clouds. What will happen? Nothing.
Climb and maintain 11,000.
Okay, climb and maintain 11,000.
Speedbird 758.
Oh, we are heading a bit of turbulence at the moment. Can you see? Something's shaking in the plane, but that's awesome. I do like this. This is actual weather at Leeds. But no, it was a bit silly of me actually not adding the altitude, and I'm going to turn my phone on silent. Nope, that's turning the... oh god.
758. Turn left heading
205.
Proceed on course. Turn left heading.
I suppose you all have to start from somewhere, haven't you? So you've all got to start with having a bit of a rickety takeoff and a crap landing and stuff. I'm just hoping that the landing now will be really good. So as we just turn off now onto the actual nav line, I will turn the seatbelt sign off, and the cabin crew should talk, saying that you're able to move around the cabin. We'll do that once we hit 10,000, I think, which isn't that long a way. I'm going to speed up now to 280 knots, like so. So we'll pick up a bit more speed. So we'll climb a bit faster. Climb out checklist. The throttle is as required. The trim is set. The autopilot and auto throttle is checked and activated. Height is 10,000. Seatbelt sign off.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign and you may now move around the cabin. However, we always recommend you keep your seatbelt fastened while you're seated. Thank you.
Landing lights off. Taxi lights are still off. Above 10,000 feet speed is 280 knots, which is what we are nearly at. And we're at 11,000 now. That's the climb out checklist complete. The next checklist will be the cruise checklist, which we will do at about 20 minutes. So there we go. We've now got 25 minutes left of the flight. Using ILS as well, guys. So I'll take you through the basic ILS if you're new to ILS landings. I'll take you through the basic. Gotta say, it doesn't work that many times with me, but I do safely land the plane.
Woodford approach, Speedbird 758 with you. Speedbird 758, Woodford approach, roger, altimeter 3022. Speedbird 758, contact Manchester Center on 11.
Now this is what I don't like about this flight simulator game, is that it tells me to keep going to and from the tower. So it'll keep telling me to go back to Woodford or something and then go back to Manchester, but I'm hoping we'll stick at Manchester all the way and then we'll fly over a bit of Birmingham, I think, Birmingham Tower or whatever, and then into Cardiff. See, Woodford again. There must be a line where you have to switch between certain one, and we've just contact Woodford and we've contacted Manchester again, so it is all in a hicklety-picklety. Okay, like normal, on my normal streams I say this around about now, that my throttle is now set to 140 knots, but I'm not, obviously, once I take the speed off once we come into the land, this should hold at 140 knots, which is cool, which is what I always plan to do.
Bird 758, you are 300 above your assigned altitude.
How? What?
11,000. Altimeter 3020. Descend and maintain 11,000. Speedbird 758.
Hold on then. B. There we go, that's why. Right, so here's a little pointer out which I found out earlier, which is why I knew how to do that. Basically what happens is when you have real-time weather, it messes with your flight display. And what you're meant to do is if you click B, it will reset it down to what it is. So it said that we were 300 above our assigned altitude. So obviously you have to click B and it will say that you're at 1,300 like he said. So we're now just leveling out to 11,000 now, which is cool. I really just hope we don't keep getting these messages all the time. Let's have a look outside our plane. It's a nice plane. Love the texture. Love the texture. Through the clouds as well. It's nice when you got proper thing. Oh, it's gonna just keep doing this, isn't it? Oh my god.
Woodford approach, Speedbird 758 with you, 11,000. Speedbird 758, Woodford approach, roger, altimeter 3024.
Okay, so flight time now is 20 minutes. And for now, nothing really happens that much, apart from that we're going through some clouds. I'm going to punch these control towers in the face in a minute.
Going to 118.775, Speedbird 758. Manchester Center, Speedbird Speedbird 758 with you 1000. Speedbird.
So let me know in the chat, guys, what's your longest flight that you ever done on Flight Simulator, if there is anything.
Speedbird 758. Contact Woodford approach at 120.
These air traffic control people just pissing me off.
0.7. Speedbird 758.
Honestly, there must be something that we're missing here. Because look, here's our destination, Cardiff, at the top. That must be Birmingham there. I think that's going to be Birmingham. No, that's Birmingham then. So Birmingham is over here. So I'm not going to contact the tower just yet. I'm going to leave it for a while longer.
Orbit 1762. Contact Woodville
In fact, let's just do it now. But if it says Woodford again, I'm just gonna rage.
Manchester Center, Roger. Altimeter 3029er.
So we got at about 10 o'clock. We have EGBB, which is Birmingham, and then we've got directly, well, half between 11 and 12 maybe. We've got Wolverhampton Airport. We've got Liverpool on the radar. EGNX. I'm sure that's East Midlands. I think it is anyway. "13 hours! Is that sped up time, or actually you've spent 13 hours staring at your computer? 13 hours? Where did you fly from? Must have been Heathrow to somewhere.
Airway 1072, Manchester Center, Roger. Altimeter 3012.
13 hours?
World Travel 3869er. Descend and maintain 8000. Descend and maintain 8000. World Travel 3869er.
I'm gonna say we are going to be arriving at runway, what is it, 28? 30. Runway 30. I'm sure we will. Because every time I fly to Cardiff, I've never landed at runway 10. Mind you, we've got different weather. As you see, flashes. But that's pretty much what it's like, because I live round Birmingham area and it's just clouds. That's all it is. It's just tons and tons of clouds. 13 hours. Longest flight. What did you do? Just left it going? It can't have been an ILS. The amount of times you have to change your radio frequency and everything. You must have been doing VFR, I think it's called, or VRF.
128.825 World Travel 3869er.
Right, so if you're looking at my stream and looking at the joysticks, you can see on this screen that I've got the program that I use to live stream on, and then you can see on the right screen here that it's the screen of actually the Flight Simulator game. But it can be quite confusing to look at the both of the screens, because the XSplit will just record whatever they can see on this one. It's really weird. If I put the seatbelt sign on right now, the cabin crew will say something about turbulence, which is awesome. But we're not hitting turbulence, so I don't see the point. I'm so glad I picked 11,000 and not 10,000. We would be going right through those clouds. Right then, so we'll do the cruise checklist right now, just to test if everything's running alright. Acceleration to cruise speed at flight level 10 or more is 280. Engine instruments. Now, obviously we've had to do that little check. So, the reason why I do these live streams is so that I can look back at my some of the live streams to see where I've gone wrong, so I can do a big live stream or whatever, and I can get everything sorted. So, like the flaps today, I'd make sure that I'd look at the flaps and make sure that the runway I'm going to land at. Oh, expect runway 12. No, we're going to be at. Oh, okay. We are going to be at runway 22 then. We're going in the way I've never been before. Yeah, so anyway, I'm going to make sure that I'll reset my altimeter to, well, my flight display panel to the actual one. Anyway, fuel quantities checked, radios have been tuned and they are set. Just going to click that now, so we should be able to hear the beep as soon as we approach the ILS. At least the beeping happened once we took off, purely because Leeds runway obviously has the same frequency as Cardiff runway. Right, so radios, autopilot checked and set, I think. 280, yep, 240 and 11000, yep. There's no vertical speed because we're not climbing or anything. Auto throttle has been armed, everything seems to be working fine. We'll test the localizer ones very shortly. Tell you what I do want to do now, now we know that runway 12, so this is part of the ILS. So if you are going to do an ILS landing, if you don't know how to do it, this is basically the basic bit. So you'll get this, that you're 88 miles northwest, turn right heading, blah blah blah. Expect vectors ILS runway 12 approach. So you'll select approach, click enter. It'll automatically know if you've done a normal flight planner that you're going to Cardiff or wherever you're going. So mine's Echo Golf Foxtrot, Cardiff. And we can see that we're going to expect vectors for runway 12, so we'll click enter on runway 12, and vectors has already been selected, so we'll click vectors, and we'll click load. Basically what I do now is activate the vectors to final. You're not meant to do that, but it's an easy way to estimate time on when you're going to have to put your flaps down and whether you're going to have to turn left and right yet. So I normally enter it. We've got to make sure, is again, when I did my Dublin to London City flight yesterday, I realised that I forgot to click the last bit, which is activate the approach, and that's the crucial bit after inputting this and that. You have to activate the approach, but I'll show you that just as we do the final turn. But you'll see what I mean. Finally, lights are as required, and that's the cruise checklist complete. London to Hong Kong is where you did for 13 hours. Did you, was it ILS or VFR, or basically did you have to contact the tower every single time?
Contact approach on 123.3, going to 123.3, Speedbird 758. Manchester Center, Speedbird 758 with you. Speedbird 758, Manchester Center, roger. Altimeter 3024.
I have a feeling we're going to hit some turbulence when we go down through those clouds, but yes, he had ILS. Crikey.
Speedbird 758 approach, roger. Altimeter 3024.
What did you do to entertain yourself for those 13 hours?
Ready to copy. Beach Foxtrot Sierra.
That's nearly that's actually a whole
Clear to
day.
land. Your port is
You
filed.
think about it, you wake up at 7 o'clock, you're landing at sort of like 8 o'clock.
Contact Manchester Center on 118.775. 118.775
Amazing.
for Speedbird 758.
Guys, if you're worried, obviously this video will be going up on YouTube shortly after. Quite embarrassing with the takeoff though, but if you're wondering what I'm talking about, there's people can chat to me on Twitch, which is where I live stream.
Bombardier, Papa Foxtrot Lima, turn left.
You ate.
758, turn left, heading 210, Piper, Papa Uniform Echo. Contact powered and approach on 123.35. Turn left, heading 210, Speedbird 758.
Right, so we're directly in front now, so we will be descending very shortly. So as you can see on the GPS, you can see that little pink line. I don't know whether you guys can see my mouse, but oh, it was a night flight, so you did it overnight. Ouch. But no, basically you got the white dotted lines here and the pink line. That's the localizer. That pink line is the localizer. That's what will bring you in directly onto the runway. But we are on a heading now of 210, so we're literally directly in front of it. We don't activate it just yet. We activate it when the message saying we activate it when it says basically descend and maintain 3000 to establish on the localizer. That's when you activate it. But that is also when you activate that activate approach bit. You'll do that first, then activate the localizer, and hopefully everything should go hunky-dory. But as we are 10 minutes away from our Cardiff destination, I'm going to slow down the plane down to 250 knots because we'll be going under 10,000. And the descent checklist will come into place very, very, very shortly. I'll do the descent checklist at around about 50. Well, where it says 56 on the GPS, when it gets to 50, we'll do the descent checklist. The seatbelt sign should go into play shortly as well. But if I activate the seatbelt sign now, she'll say that we're seeing some turbulence. In fact, let me prove it to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. We are encountering some turbulence. Please return to your seats and keep your seatbelts fastened. Thank you.
See, what I'm going to do now though, even though it says turbulence and stuff, I'm going to keep the seatbelt sign on. Because we will be descending really shortly. At 10 minutes to go. And normally pilots do put the seatbelt sign on about 10 minutes, 15 minutes before we descend down. So it's a reasonable time to put it on right now.
Bombardier, Papa Foxtrot Lima, descend and maintain 6,000. Descend and maintain 6,000. Bombardier, Papa Foxtrot Lima. Orbit 58. Contact Wolverhampton. Approach.
I think the worst thing is that I put the autopilot on at the wrong time as well when I took off. See, it's playing in my mind all through this flight is that little me being a bit silly by activating the autopilot at like 200 feet. Thanks to Daniel Lowen00 for the follow. Just got an email.
X-ray Golf Papa. Contact approach on 123.3.
Hope to see you more in my streams actually.
123.3.
I'll send you. I'll show you guys a link at the end of my live stream for something. What am I going to show you? I'm going to show you my YouTube link, so you guys can go and visit me on YouTube and subscribe to my channel. And then you can watch if you missed any part of the stream or want to relive it again. all you have to do is just subscribe to the channel, and the video will be up around about 6 o'clock hopefully tonight, depending on how well the landing goes. If the landing is terrible, then I'm not uploading it to YouTube because the takeoff is so bad. But so basically, if you're watching this video right now on YouTube, the landing should have been quite good. Right then, let's have a look then. Zoom in a bit. We will be descending very shortly. Either that, they're telling us to go down to 11,000, straight down to like 4,000 or something. Actually, let's do the descent checklist. Descent checklist now. I said I'll do it at 50, but I've left it to about 40, so that's alright. Here we go. Right then. So the ATIS can't check. Altimeter is checked. Radios have been checked. DIs as required. Descent speed needs to be 240 for the descent down. Fuel quantity and balance is checked, and landing gear and flaps are up. Next, that's the descent checklist complete. Next checklist is the approach checklist. So I'm just gonna bring the nose down a little bit more. The approach checklist happens as soon as he mentions about the localizer flight part, which is the final part of the ILS London. Also gotta say in advance that my joysticks are really noisy, so you will hear creaking all the time. Let's just hope I put the flaps down for landing, otherwise we go straight off that runway. What feet are we? 8,600. We're alright actually. We're still holding at 240.
Climb and maintain flight level 210. Bombardier, Papa Foxtrot, Lima. Contact temporary approach on 124.4.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to start our descent. Please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position. Make sure your seatbelt is securely fastened and all carry-on luggage is stowed under the seat or in the overhead bin. Please turn off all electronic devices until we are safely parked at the gate. Thank you.
That woman made me jump then. I really wasn't expecting that. I was expecting it at 10,000, not something like 7,000. It made me jump through my headphones. Again, we're going through some clouds again, which is quite a scary time when turbulence is involved, especially on descent, and the mountains being that close to us as well. Which is why it's always good before you take off to get your altitude and flight display really good. Alright, so what I normally do at this time is I do part of the approach checklist as we are approaching the runway. So I will set the knots down to 210, like so. Obviously the fasten seatbelt sign is on. Speed is at 210. And now we do a first set of flaps, which is the 5 degrees one. So flaps have been set. Oh my god, how close we are to the bloody ground. The clouds are really low. Look how close we are to the ground. There's no way we're at 3,600. No way we're at 3,600 feet at this time. I've had to push B and get my altitude set good, but there's just no way. Right, anyway, that beeping noise means we're intercepting the ILS of the runway, which is good, so we don't have to have that on anymore. We know that it's working. Anyway, first set of flaps have been how would you say? Descented it? Descented it. We're already at 210, you dumbass. Okay, anyway. Speed at 210, flaps are fine. Auto brakes, let's do shift and that. So that's that. So the speed brake has been... Hold on. Why are you like that? So this is weird. So hold on, let's just sort this out. What are you doing? Are you right now? Yep, okay. Oh, okay, so we've just set the auto brake. So the speed brake automatically goes to 29%, which is good. As you know, we are nearly at the runway. So I'm now going to turn the speed down to 180 knots, which is where we might hear the beeping noise saying the gear to go down. Especially if I put these flaps down right now. We'll hear it. So the flaps are down a little bit more now. Contact approach. Okay, contacting the approach now. Okay, maybe we don't hear the beeping noise. We're logging into Cardiff approach right now. This is it, guys. This is where we land. Right, so I'm now basically going to activate the approach. Make sure that's activated. And we'll just wait now for the expect vectors and until established on the localizer, which is where we'll actually insert the localizer button, which is next to the heading switch. Flaps need to be a little bit lower, and I think the gear will be going out in a moment as well. Can't actually get access to the flaps. Yes, I can. Okay, so 160 for gear down. So as we slow down a bit more, then we need to put the flaps down to about 38, so about 60%, which is where now 30 degrees, sorry, and gear down now. Gear is going down, as you can see, at 160 knots. Thank you, Daniel. Good look. This is definitely a good look. So landing gear is down, and then once we turn to the runway, even though I can't really see the runway because of so many clouds, which Cardiff must be having problems with their clouds at the moment. The gear is down. We'll wait for the localizer, and then once we're on our final turn into the airport, we put the flaps to full, speed to 145. And then that's the approach checklist complete. And then the landing checklist is basically make sure that the landing gear is down, the autopilot is off, and the landing speed will be at 140. Here we go. So turn left, heading 150. 2200. Turn 250. Right, so now we're turning into the runway. So I'm now putting the flaps to I'm not going to put put them to full, sorry, and reduce speed down to 145. Like so. Once we level out at 150 heading, we are then going to get rid of the heading and intercept the localizer, which is now. So activate localizer. Heading off. So we'll stick here. Flaps are at full. Speed is at 145. The elevator trim as desired. Parking brake is verified as off, which it is. It's off.
Make straight in, runway 12.
Okay, right. Next bit. Landing checklist. Landing gear is down. Autopilot is on, but it won't be on for a little while longer. Landing speed will need to be 140, and then after touchdown, to get rid of the parking brake, well, the speed brake, sorry, it will need to be 60 kI, which is 60 knots. Clouds, we are below the clouds now, but we're still really low. We need to, we seem to be losing a bit of speed, so I'm going to put the throttle up to 160 still, as I'm quite worried about the speed, which is going down. We should be at 140. There we go. It's just figuring himself out. We're waiting for the plane to swerve, and then we will turn into the runway for the final time. Approach checklist is complete. Landing checklist is complete. Right, we can slow that back down now, but we're going to have it at 140. So on the final approach, we're going to turn into at 140 knots, which is good. Right, as you can see, little diamonds are on the screen right now. We're just away for the tower now. All we have to say from the tower is clear to land. But as you can see, we've got a little diamond here and a little diamond here. This is our interceptor sort of thing. Once this diamond hits the middle and this diamond hits the middle, we'll descend down automatically. The altitude switch will go off automatically, which is then when I have to add 5,000, which is the go around heading. So as soon as we touch down, if the control tower tells us to go around, I'll activate that and we'll go up to 5,000 feet. Okay, as you can see right here, we are just about to get onto the pink line. I'm just going to do that one more time just to be pretty sure that it's going to work very well. I always get nervous about landing. We can see a Bombardier jet right in front of us. They must be landing at the same time as us. They're at 2,200. So we might actually get a go around after all. So as you can see, we're banging to the right. This is not actually me turning. The plane is turning on its own, as you can see. But we are going to go around. I have a feeling we are going around, so I'm going to keep my fingers on the button at all times. Unless that Bombardier plane is landing at Echo Golf Delta X-ray, which you can see just off the green line. Can you see that little green? Can you see the airplane there? Alright, we're turning into the runway now. Here we go. Here we go. Right, let's get that button. That's turn my speed brake off once we land. We're turning into the runway. You can see the runway in sight. The runway is in sight. Diamonds will shortly be going down. As soon as the diamond goes in, I'll intercept at 5,000 feet. I just thought we're basically going to be doing a go around, but that's alright. Because that Bombardier jet looks like it's just gone away from the airport now. There we are, dead on the runway. Dead on the runway. Okay. So what I'm going to do, as soon as we go down, I'm going to deactivate the speed. So I'm going to be in control of the speed for landing. Okay guys, looks like we are going to be going around. Bit of turbulence on the landing, as you can see. That's quite scary on the landing. And we are going to be going around. I'm sorry, we are. Right. Diamond is going down. Jesus. I've never done a go around. This is going to be different. But I don't know what is going on with this plane. We seem to just be struggling at the moment to... Right, I'm going to be in control of this speed, because I don't want to stall in midair. I'm lifting up the throttle, so I want that speed to go up. I need him to go up. Okay, so... Bit out. We are bit out. Come on, baby.
Speedbird 758 cleared to land. Runway
The
12.
aircraft on
Follow
fire.
the
We're gonna go
aircraft
around.
final.
We are going around. This is
Cleared to
scary.
land. Runway 12.
Whoa! What is wrong with the steep banking? We are really high. Why is the localizer not working? Come on, mate. Right, what have I missed? There's got to be something I've missed. Runway. Nah, we're going to be a missed approach. I can't understand what's happened. Jesus, that better not be 126. We're a missed approach, guys.
Cardiff Tower, Speedbird 758 is going missed. Speedbird 758, contact approach on 123.3.
Flaps up.
123.3.
I didn't want to risk it.
758.
I really didn't want to risk that for a chocolate biscuit. So we're going to maintain 250 feet, 250 knots,
Cardiff
like you
Tower,
can see right now.
8509er.
We're contacting Cardiff approach, and we're going to
Cardiff approach.
publish it.
Speedbird 758, flying to Cardiff ILS, runway 12, published missed approach.
Right, so
Speedbird 758,
speed brakes
Roger.
locked off,
Published missed approach.
landing gear up,
2500 for further instructions.
2,500. Oh, Jesus.
Cardiff approach, Speedbird 758, published missed approach, ILS, runway 12 at 3,500. Speedbird
So what we got to do? We're 1 mile away. We need to head at.
Descend and maintain 2,500.
We need to descend now.
Runway 12, approach.
I think I panicked because I saw that plane, obviously.
Descend and maintain
So we need to turn left now.
2,500. Expect vectors ILS,
Turn
runway
left.
12, approach.
That's what we got to do. 3, 4, 5, yeah. Right, 3, 4, 5.
758, turn left heading 315.
Okay, that's
Turn left
better.
heading 315. Speedbird 758.
Oh my god, I really can't believe that's happened. We are on a go around, guys. We are actually on a go around. I've never done a go around before. Right, gear is up. Flaps are full. Can it still read? It still reads that as perfect. So that Bombardier panicked me a bit. Well, this is different, isn't it? Don't normally get this.
Speedbird 758, please expedite your descent to 2,500.
We are. I just don't understand what's going on with the weather.
Speedbird 758, climb and maintain 3,300. Climb and maintain 3,300.
300.
Speedbird 758.
So again, what we've basically done is we've had to do a go around because the plane was just playing up. No, okay. Yes, serious talk, you're alright. So we're on the approach checklist once again, and we've got the seatbelt sign is on. So we're starting again basically from the beginning. So I'm going to reduce the speed down to 210. Like so. Where are we? 210, which goes here. Right, so we speed established at 210. The landing lights should be on. I think I didn't even turn the landing lights on. Okay, so the auto spoilers. I think I'm not going to put the spoilers on just yet. The speed brake. I'm not putting that on just yet. Okay. Landing lights are on. Auto brake is set. Blah blah blah. That's bull crap. Flap level position at 510. We are parallel to the runway, so I will put it down to 510 actually. Like so. I'm going to keep tapping B.
Contact approach on 123.3.
The worst check ever. It was, yeah.
758.
Right, tune into the approach and contact approach. So we are a go around.
300. Speedbird Speedbird 758 approach. Roger. Altimeter 3023.
Okay. Right. I've never done a go around before, so I'm going to treat this as we've done the go around. We are now lining up back onto the runway with the ILS and all that jazz. So it is runway 2, so I'm just going to do this again. So expect vectors, runway 2, which is good. Yep, that's blah blah blah. So we're going to activate the vectors to final. So it's now reset itself. I'm not going to activate the approach just yet, but I'm going with the reason why we had to go around is purely because my localizer didn't work well. I must have missed a step. Which is what happened last time actually.
758, turn right heading 350.
Exactly, second time lucky.
350. Speedbird 758.
Bloody hell, I can't believe how low we go. Anyway, like you said, second time lucky this time. So, flaps are at 510, they should be anyway. Yep, 5 at 510. And we're going to maintain at 210 until I'm comfortable in slowing down the plane to 180. Because the glide slope, the diamond is still on the screen, but as you can see it's moving up, which means we're not intercepting it anymore. We're going away from the airport, and then we'll have to do probably a 360 turn, or 180 sorry, turn to the runway. Crikey, poor passengers, they must be going, what the bloody hell's going on? Normally the captain will probably say we're going around. But again, it's user error. We should be on the ground and the stream should have been ended by now, but I'm guessing the stream wanted me to carry on. I'm guessing XSplit and Twitch wanted me to carry on. Which is why they made me not land the plane. Anyway. I'm just trying to think what happened. I did everything that the checklist told me to do, unless I put the flaps, unless it panicked because it wanted to slow down. Yeah, maybe. Because it kept going up and down, didn't it? Maybe in this weather an ILS approach isn't the best. Maybe manually fly it down, I'm thinking again. But I keep landing, flying, going around and stuff. We'll see, but basically if we miss this approach again, the stream ends and we're in mid-flight. I'll rage quit. No, don't do this again. Let me just turn me around. What is going on? What is going on? Turn me around. I'm flying away from the airport. We're now 5 minutes away from landing.
758 with you. Speedbird 758 Manchester Center. Roger. Altimeter 3015. Pacifica Niner 162. Traffic alert. 6 o'clock. Less than 1 mile. Flight level 263. Airbus A321. Report them in sight.
So that was. I am going to have to manually land it, aren't I? Right. Yeah. Screw it. We'll do the ILS until it lines me up on the runway, and then I'm going to have to manual it. But I'll use the ILS as much as I can. So we're turning now. We must be heading back into it now. I just can't believe how low. There is no way that we could be at 3,000 feet and this is like that. Surely not, unless the mountains are just that low, high, sorry.
Manchester Center, world travel 8509er is at 8,200, climbing 13,000. World travel 8509er, Manchester Center, roger, altimeter 3018.
Okay.
Speedbird 758, turn left heading 210. Turn left heading 210. Speedbird 758.
So if you just joined the stream, we've had to do a go around at Cardiff. Due to the ILS, I panicked a bit because the ILS wasn't working the way I wanted it to work. Due to the mountains being that high, I'm going to keep pushing B every now and again, just so that the flight display can pick up on how what our actual height is. Right, here we go. Approach.
Speedbird 758 with you. Speedbird 758 approach. Roger. Altimeter 3009er. Orbit 708. Contact Manchester Center on 118.775. 118.775. Orbit 708.
So I'm looking at my speed now at 210 with the flaps down to 5 degrees. I'm going to hold that out up until the vector thing comes back on. Good luck again. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm going to hold out the flaps for a while longer, but the speed I might just send down to 180 and hold it at 180 for now. I'm just going to reset my joysticks, I think, so that when I take it off, I'm going to pick up a bit more speed as soon as I take it off. Again, I've just reset my flight display.
Orbit 708 is at 6,800, descending 2,400.
Right then.
Orbit 708 approach, roger, altimeter 3008.
Here we go.
You are 20 miles northwest, turn left, heading 150, descend and maintain 2,200, cleared ILS, runway 12, approach, maintain 2,200, until established on the localizer. Contact Cardiff Tower on 125.0, orbit 708, turn left.
Alright then, flaps to 15.
Turn right, heading 030, orbit 708.
God, come on.
Turn left, heading 15.
Yeah, blah blah blah.
Cardiff Tower, Speedbird 758 is 19 miles northwest, inbound ILS.
Okay, put the speed down to 160. We're going to go manually at 160.
758, Cardiff Tower, fly straight in, runway 12,
Good.
altimeter
Gear down.
015.
There you go, that's a bit of better noise. We're actually hearing the noise now
Fly straight
that
in,
it wants us to put the gear down. Gear is down.
758.
That is off. Localizer is set on. Right, keeping track of my altitude as well as everything else. Okay, so, right, speed 160, gear is down. Flaps are at 25, let's bring that down to 30%. The next one will be at full flaps. I put the flaps to full too early, I think, last time. We're losing some speed again, and I don't want to keep losing speed, so I'm going to keep at 170 this time. On the final glide scope, we'll put the flaps down to full, and the speed will be established at 145. We are picking up speed, which is great. It's really good. Okay, what have I missed? Nothing. I don't think I've missed anything. So speed is good. Flaps are down. Localizer is set. The approach is set. The altitude is at 220, which the tower told me. Resetting the flight display. We've got LOC on the localizer, which is good. It says we're below the glide slope at the moment. Bombardier is taking off on runway 12, sorry. 30 degrees. Right. I think we are alright. Just want to keep on track of everything. Okay, reduce the speed down to 165. We are quite fast for our gears to be down. It should be 160 for our gears to be down. But I don't want to create as much drag. I'm hoping we'll turn in a minute. And once we do our final turn, I'll activate the approach hold switch. Okay. I can't see any aircraft coming in for a land. Right, here we go. We should be turning in a minute. Which is good. That's good. Sign that we're turning. Right. Just make sure to double check that we've got the runway.
Contact Cardiff departure on 126.625. 126.625 for Bombardier.
Yeah, GDW22. Yeah, I really do want the PMDG styles, because I do find the default aircrafts are really like boring and stuff. I do honestly agree, and I am saving up to get them because I just love the way that it all is. At the moment I'm in a 737, but I am saving, I promise you I am trying to save it for one, because they're something like 70 quid. It's really expensive, but for what it does, it is really good. Anyway, so far so good. We're lining up on the localizer right now. Okay, once again we're hitting that what is it called, sorry. Yeah, we're hitting that thing. So approach hold switch is on, and time to slow down to 145. Flaps to full. Oh no, come on. Right, manually land. Is it going to be manual land? I don't know. I do not know. Diamond's going down alright. At least we've got the yellow and red light now on the PAPI lights on the runway. We're going down. We got the altitude switch is off. So again, I'm going to activate the go around altitude. We've been cleared to land. We've been cleared to land. That's good. Speed to 140. Flaps are at full. Gear is down. Landing checklist. Landing gear is down. Autopilot is. What have we got? We've got the speed. I can take off the speed actually. I'm in control of the speed. It's just the approach hold switch that we're keeping on. Right. So what's this? Is that activated? No. Speed brake activated. Landing checklist complete. Here we go. Let's do this.
Cardiff Tower, orbit 708 is 6 miles northwest, inbound ILS, runway 12, approach. Orbit 708, Cardiff Tower, fly straight in, runway 12, altimeter 3024. Orbit 708, cleared to land, runway 12, follow Boeing 737 on final. Cleared to land, runway 12.
Come on.
Orbit 708.
This is. Oh, wind is quite strong. We're holding at 141 knots, which is good. 1,000 feet. Come on, baby. Let's do this. Let's land this plane. Speed is off. Autopilot off. I am in control of the airplane. Approach hold switch is off. Shutting down engines. Throttle is idle. Holding it. Flare him. Flare him. Landed. 80 knots. 60 knots. Speed brake up.
Orbit 708, go around.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our destination. For your safety and comfort, we ask you to please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. Please look around your seat for any personal belongings you may have brought on board, and please use caution when opening the overhead bin. Heavy articles may have shifted during the flight. Thank you for flying with us, and we hope to see you on board again soon.
126.625.0. Speedbird 758. 126.625 for orbit 708. Cardiff ground. Speedbird 758. Taxi to the gate. Speedbird 758. Taxi to gate. Niner via taxiway Echo Alpha. Cardiff Tower. Bombardier Golf Zulu. Papa Foxtrot Lima. IFR to Detroit. Ready to copy. Bombardier Golf Zulu. Papa Foxtrot Lima is cleared to Heathrow Airport as filed. Fly runway heading. Climb and maintain 11,000. Departure frequency
Gate 9.
126.625. Squawk 6477. Speedbird 758.
Yes, I'm trying to hear your last transmission. I can't do anything about that though. I bet that was our gate.
Climb and maintain 11,000. Departure on 126.625. Squawk 6477. Bombardier.
Oh my god.
Read back correct. Contact ground on 125.0. Speedbird 758.
Yes. Yes, I did. Oh my god. Oh my god. How annoying is that? Right, flaps are up, speed brake is up, everything seems to be hunky dory. We've landed.
Ready to taxi to IFR. Bombardier Golf Zulu Papa Foxtrot Lima. Taxi to and hold short of runway 12 using taxiway Alpha Bravo. Contact tower on 125.0 when ready. Taxi and hold short runway 12 via taxiway Alpha Bravo. Bombardier Papa Foxtrot Lima.
Oh my god, we actually landed. I don't know how, but we did it. Yeah, I will turn the traffic down. There is just tons. I mean, it doesn't bother me when we're in the air, 'cause it's quite cool to look at different airplanes flying around. But on the ground, it is just a pain in the ass. Might do that now, actually. Once we taxi to the gate, the most awkward gate in the world, right on a corner. Here we go. I love all this feedback I'm getting on the stream. It really helps. Right then. Okay. First of all, I think I've got to change everything down later. Yeah. I'll turn the traffic down for the next stream. Right then. So we landed it. Engines are shut off. Doors to open. Jetway to appear, which is cool. Let's just turn the basic stuff off. So we'll turn the No smoking sign off. People can smoke on the plane now if they wanted to. Oh no, 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 no. Shh. That off, that off. There we go. I'll turn the basics off. I don't want to turn anything else off that I don't really need to turn off. Factory off, there we go. So it looks like we've actually shut down the plane. Alright then, so let's have a look what we've got. We should buy the PMDG NGX default aircraft things are very poor. Yes, like I said, I'm definitely going to get the whoa, that's loud. Ouch. Let's turn that off. Okay, so we'll definitely going to get the PMDG soon. Turn my traffic down. I will definitely turn the traffic down as soon as we've as soon as I finish the stream. I'll turn it down a little bit more because I think it's on full at the moment. And I think that's everything. So one little thing I want to do is I want to show you guys my Twitter and YouTube, which you can follow me on. So if you want to follow me on Twitter to find out when I'm streaming next, follow me on Twitter at AndyBatesBase, or you can even subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is youtube.co.uk/AndyBatesLive. Default 737 easy. What do you mean? Sorry, I don't know what you mean by the 737 easy. But no, the Andy Bates Live is my YouTube channel. Go and subscribe. There's a few flights which I recorded a few days ago. I've got a San Diego to Los Angeles one, which was about half an hour. Dublin to London City was my latest one. But yeah, basically that's everything. Cool. Many thanks for watching, guys. I've been Andy Bates. This has been a trip from Leeds to Cardiff and a go-around, which I wasn't expecting at all. It was my very first time doing a go-around. But yeah, anyway, please remember to follow me on Twitter and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have been Andy Bates, and you have been watching Flight Simulator X Leeds to Cardiff Airport. Peace out. Goodbye.